Hi guys, welcome back to the Isky channel. We are in Orlando, Florida. We are at some testing for Sick Week. We have a ton of our Isky people here. We have Alex, we have Nick Taylor, we have Tom Bailey, Jeff Lutz, Shoulder Ins. Plus we get the bonus that Disco Dean is here testing his new MPK car. So we'll get to document some of that, show you guys what's going on, get ready for Sick Week. Sadly, Nolan is not here, but I'll be taking you guys along the week. So stay tuned. So it's been a little bit. We've been at the shop getting stuff ready so that we can hit 2025 really hard. We're starting out early. We're getting ready for Sick Week. We've come down to Florida, Orlando like we have the last couple years, and we are testing for Sick Week and for the year. Feel really good about the 55. The last time we had it out for racing was drag week, but Dad's checked it over. Everything's happy. Everything's good. So we're in Orlando. We might only get one test day. Weather's coming in, so we've got maybe 10 hours today to try to knock some stuff out, but we're here with Mickey Thompson. We got a lot of things to test. Sun's coming out, so I think it's gonna be a good day. So let's get started.
The wheel way up. Yeah, it's right there pretty good. Well,
what is it?
117 off of that little bit. 308.
17, about 70 feet.
That's what?
What about 70 feet?
Over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so pass one, not bad. We got down the track. The thing is, I think that we very confidently have like a, you know, a tune that goes down the track. The problem is we want to go faster down the track. So like we've got something that I feel confident that is like, oh, okay, based on kind of any condition we're in, as within the constraints of what Sick Week tracks will be, I think we have something that's a backup. So right now we're gonna get another pass. The only thing we're changing is shock settings in the rear. So we're going basically the max of what the QA1 mod series with this valve pack. I'll explain later, but basically if we do anything after this, if this is the right direction, we're gonna have to re-valve them, but that's cool because they're mod series and we can do that right here at the track. So anyways, made some shock changes. We're gonna try to make another 300-foot hit, 330, and yeah, I'm happy with the 55. It's only 117.60, but it went down the track and that's a win. Alright, so we are making good progress. The car is working much better, which was the goal. Was trying to get the suspension and everything working much better. And then, so we're getting there, and now we're working on adding power because it'll actually take power. And that's something we've been struggling with, is like it was at the max of what it would take.
That one's pretty lazy, so just take whatever you can try right now.
That's the first time we've ever heard that. That's very exciting. So we're going to look at data and then figure out what we're going to do.
What have you been working on the suspension to help that? Tell us what you've learned today, Alex.
I've learned a lot thanks to Ben. So I still don't have this down. I'm probably going to mess it up. But basically, we are working on all the shock settings. I don't want to go into detail because I'm going to say it wrong. I gotta consult with Ben right now. But basically, he has explained to me and teaching me how compression and rebound, how they work, what it looks like on the track, as far as like when you see different tire patterns on the track, what is the culprit of that and how we can remedy that. And I'm learning a lot on that. So.
And you're learning it from the data. You're seeing it on the data.
And like one thing is, we had before loosened the front shocks, or front struts, and the car did not like that. We didn't think, which the car didn't like that, but we thought it was just we thought it was out of the question before. But then Ben's like, but you need to make the front match the back. And so we've been playing with the back, and now we have the front where it's coming up, it's doing what it needs to, but we have the back working with it, so it's actually allowing us to add more power to it. So we can talk more in technical terms later once I resync all of this data with Ben.
test day number 1 went extremely well for us here at Lutz Race Cars.
Yep.
Nolan, kind of bummed out you weren't here.
Yeah.
I mean, don't feel the same. Did you see this picture?
I did. She showed
I'd
me.
be
It's
mad
awesome.
at her for taking it. But
Well, maybe
he
maybe
made
we
the
need to get one of
face.
you.
Oh, he might be. So, but we're ready for Sick Week. Both cars. I did 3 passes, extremely great.
I did 5.
You did
Really 2.
yeah, he did really good. So we're, I think we're okay. You know how it goes. It's the battle of the
But
church.
we're okay right now.
Yeah, we're good right now.
Until we
We're
get on
cloud
the side of the
nine.
road. So once this is locked up,
Yeah. So it was a great great day today testing. We're not going to test anymore. We're going to go from here to Georgia and
focus
get ready
on
for Sick Week. Yep,
making sure we have everything that we're going to need.
that's right.
Go over the cars, pack all the bearings, check all the
That's right.
bolts.
I already checked my valve train. Nolan made sure I got the best stuff possible. Isky.
I got an LS. I ain't gonna worry about it.
Yeah, and that's tie bar lifters in there.
Yeah.
Nolan, if you remember.
Well, actually, all
He might
that-
not remember. Huh?
That's all Isky too.
That's right. So we're part of the Isky family. He's like a big brother to us here.
Yeah.
He's badass. So we're sorry you're not here, but that face.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
We're here with Nolan, and Nolan, we're at Orlando doing a little testing here before Sick Week. We're missing Nolan actually, but how do we do today, Johnny? We never had air like this before.
We've made more power than we ever have, and now that's a whole new thing to get our heads around. The car has done, it's equaled its best 60 foot with Dave on the throttle for about 0.7 of a second. So that's, and that's like a 998, which is not bad for knocking the tires off early. So
It was a good test. They know everything's working. Everything.
yeah, everything
we
is
drove
working.
the car around. And,
We found a few things that we can have to fix up before Sick Week, but not bad considering it lived in the trailer for the whole trip down, and that's always a big challenge. That's the first challenge. So
and we haven't seen action since drag week. So
yeah, and so we fixed some things up, and we're pretty happy with the car's running and it's working well. It's making power. So now it's up to us to learn how to handle that power.
we got.
And
three
this
more-
is a new situation. We've never been in this kind of air ever.
well. What's the best air we've had? Like we were at
Like we
1,000
get excited.
feet,
Oh,
minus 1,000 feet. Today.
now we were at as low as minus 1,000. But in the past, if we saw 900 or 1,000, we'd be doing a dance, and it would disappear on us pretty quick. Now it's like holy moly.
But this is probably what we're going to get next week. So we're heading up to Georgia. We got 2 days of testing. There's a snow squall advisory there right now. So I think it's going to be cold and more good air. And hopefully we can figure it out up there.
or here. I say we.
Well, we're going
hang
to stick
in here.
around.
We're gonna-
Forecast isn't good.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be down here for 3 days, but
Well, I think
supposed
we
to
should
rain.
hang in there
Oh,
till,
yeah.
till Wednesday, and you know what? We'll throw a few things at the wall and see what sticks.
There we go. No. Somebody go get the golf cart.
On our way.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Good to see you.
295, 452, 704. Not bad. That's right on knocking on that
108?
6. Yeah. 108.
And what was the
You got it, man.
704? Nice.
All right, put a wrap on testing day in beautiful Orlando. You can see my breath. It's beautiful, chilly Orlando, but you know what? It's negative 30 wind chill at home. So hey, we'll take this over being there in Michigan. But quite a few cars out here for test day. Pretty good. This was Mickey Thompson testing. So we've got some different tires on there and creeping up on it. Don't know what the heck happened because literally we put it in the trailer in September. Everything was good. We did a wrap on it and some cooling system stuff that we were working on, but like nothing with the suspension at all. And then all of a sudden we get down here and it doesn't want to stick to the track. But cold temperatures could have had a little bit to do with it, but we've slowly gained through there. Mickey Thompson or Goodyear gave us another set of tires to try with a stiffer sidewall. So I feel like we're making progress there. And on that last pass, I feel like we finally had it sorted out. Except literally as soon as I let go of the button, my whole visor just went straight fog. So then I had to lift because I couldn't see anything. But so that was frustrating. Luckily, Lutz had some anti-fog. Put that on there. Hopefully that's a ticket. We're trying to get one more in today before it starts snowing because it does feel like it's cooled down all day long. And now it's getting dark. It's really getting cool. But yeah, good stuff. 6 weeks in a week. And, you know, testing. Hopefully not breaking. So, all good.
the dragster went to the Mickey Thompson booth. You want to have Haley go around?
If it spins, I think just back out, don't you?
Probably if it spins hard.
There's no reason to drive back around.
Oh yeah, if it spins up. That's more like it. That was wild. That was,
Parachutes came out that time.
that was
I don't know how that's 115, but
no, the 112.
112.
Okay, 112. Okay, that's
There we go. That's what we want to see.
The YouTube. Yes. Okay. So, this one?
this one.
Okay. So that's like probably the coolest thing I've literally ever felt, because it was slower mile an hour because I lifted, but like the car has never just worked as well as it just worked. And I think every change that we just made is this coming up to this moment is just killer. So first of all, that was a 669. Our 60 foot was a 112, but the crazy part is like Ben and I were looking at this and he said, we gotta find the edge because we're just creeping up on this. He said, now here's the thing, I highly doubt this isn't gonna work. And like we had the discussion, we're like, yep, not gonna work. We put 40 pounds of dome pressure, like quick. And that's a lot for us. Like I've been leaving on like 17 pounds of dome, maybe 12 pounds of boost. So I don't know how much boost it built yet, but he's like, the chances of this working are very slim. And I'm like, that's okay, let's do it. And I said, do you wanna have a tune-up built to back out? He's like, nope, let's just do it. I'm like, you're right, let's do it. So we went, and like once I bumped in, I was like, totally left my mind that that might not work. And I let go, and the thing was just smooth and straight. And then like I realized, I'm like, we're going. And then like it sat down, like landed in an airplane. It's like, boop. And then it just like kept going. I was like, I told him I was gonna lift, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. It feels so good. And I still lifted. It ran a 669 at 206. Remember, we've been almost 220, like 218, 219. So
And that's your quickest ET?
quickest ET ever.
That's your first time in the 660s?
Yes, it is. So things that we changed. One, there's so many things. Like I'd love to sit down with Ben later and we can recap. But starting off before we got here, we're running the same Mickey Thompson tires that we have been running, but we put them on an 18-inch wide billet specialty wheel. So that's one thing that we've changed. We also changed the transmission gear to a 177 from a 210 ratio gear set, and we tightened up the converter a little bit, mainly to help us out on the back end. And then while we've been here, Ben has just taught me so much about like shock tuning, and I have absorbed maybe a fraction of it, but where we've got the car to is just incredible. Like we were at the point where we couldn't add power. Like I was like, we can't, I'm talking like 50 RPM was like the difference between it lighting of tire and not. And it was like, well, we got to make some kind of change. And so like we spent half a day working on shocks. Ben's really helped me like looking at data, and he showed me what this all means with the shock graph and everything like that. And so anyways, long story short, what we have done has made the car work like never before. And a shoebox 55 can go quick and it can go fast. So we have Sick Week ahead of us. We may get another pass, we may not, but I gotta get some data right now. All right, so testing today. How'd it go? Good. Yeah. It went really good. Alex, you did really good. Yeah.
those pics.
Ew. Anyways, okay, so testing today went really, really freaking good. We learned so much about the car.
About how to set the shocks and how to, well, mainly about the shocks.
Yeah.
And the wheelie bars.
Yeah, so Ben Schrader came out with us from EFI University, spent the day with us. We learned a lot. So Ben, if you know Ben, he's done a lot of different things, but you think of EFI University, so you think of Ben like on the laptop.
He won a bunch of Wallies last year for the factory experimental class.
Yeah. But you think of that as like him working on the laptop. We didn't touch hardly anything on the laptop today. I mean, we looked at data, but we weren't messing with crazy stuff like just the basics. We worked on shock data, and also wheelie bar stuff.
And he worked on the tune too. I mean, he looked at the tune,
Yeah,
not
but
like, the engine tune,
not
the
basic
power
stuff,
management
like
tune.
And Nick also did, because like we've had a program for a while where like we've been able to creep up on it, like building boosts and things like that. So Nick, Ben, and I looked at that. Ben, finally on the second to last one, we just kept adding a little more power, and it was like,
we're not getting anywhere.
he said, well, let's swing for it. And I was like, he said, we got to find the edge, that way we can back down. And I was like, okay. And like we're looking at each other, he's like, it's probably not going to go down. I'm like, it's probably not going to go down. And
It
like,
used to wouldn't.
we were so convinced. We're like, he said, now if this, we actually had made the call because there was a point where we were going to pull timing after the hit. And I said, should we? He goes, if it makes it that far, it's going to go down the track. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but it's probably not going to. I went out there. It's the best pass I've ever made in anything.
And the stupid thing made 7 hits today and went down the track seven times. I think it's the only car out here that did that.
Yeah. Which is crazy because like we started off with like where it ended up setup wise. It's not that it's necessarily like drastically different in the tune today, but it's the changes that mattered. So like that's also in combination what we figured out today, also in combination with like the changes that were made prior to coming to test, the wider wheels on the same Nicky Thompson tires. Bill Specialty made us a 18-inch wide wheel, so we widened that out. And then new gear set. Dad talked to Alan Pope from Alan Pope's Transmissions, and he helped recommend a gear set that was strong enough to do what we're doing. So we went to a 177 gear.
Yep.
And then also tightened up the Pro torque converter with a different stator. So.
Yep. And the thing is, when I say tune, you got to remember, all I did today was add fuel and drain water out of the puke tanks. Not even any oil. I poured no oil out. I literally drained condensation out of the puke tank 7 times and added fuel 6 or 7 times. I never pulled a spark plug today. We never worked on the engine tune at all. No. We just worked on power management, how much boost to make it to hit, and RPM, and et cetera.
It's literally the first time ever that we were able to tune. I've never ever been to a test and tune and actually got to test stuff and tune. It's usually just like tuning so it doesn't explode.
It was fun watching Ben just tell us about the shocks and why, and the wheelie bars and that stuff, and it worked. I mean, the car just responded to everything he did.
Shocks, honestly, suspension, it confuses me. Honestly, it does. Like, it makes sense in the moment, but then like it's hard for me to understand sometimes because like so many people have a different way of saying it, and half the time it doesn't really make sense. And it was like Ben said something earlier today, and I'm like, wow, that
it makes sense.
just
clicked. That's the way he did at school, though. When we were at his EFI University, he could explain stuff where and I saw her light bulb come on, and she's like, "Holy cow, I understand. I totally get it."
It definitely made a difference. My fear is for not being in practice with it, because like it would be easy to forget without the practice of doing it. But we have a whole week coming up of sick week where we're going to practice what we just learned, and we're going to review later. So anyways, overall, killer day. We'll play Hot Rod Garage here. Thanks to all the people that helped make this possible. Isky, Nolan, you're not here, but thanks. And then
He should be. No, we miss you, dude.
meh,
That's why we have you with us.
meh.
I mean, we kind of miss you. Kind of, well, maybe not.
I was like,
Nah, we love our Nolan.
oh no, he's like a bird. He just hit the windshield.
He just has to
above.
fly. Yeah.
Fly like a Nolan.
Last thing that went through his mind was his butt.
Oh, he didn't have one.
He doesn't. His stick went through his mind.
Anyways.
We love you, Nolan. We're just giving you a hard
Anyway,
time.
so really good day, and we're looking forward to Sick Week. So can't see Ben; he's lurking in the corner.
Yep.
But thanks, Ben.
Big thanks to Ben Strader
Okay,
and
Nolan.
EFI University.
Nolan said, "Big thanks, guys. Now go kick some butt at Sick Week." Man.
Okay, that wraps up our Sick Week 2025 testing video. There was more testing that actually happened, hosted by Sick the Mag up in South Georgia, which we didn't get to attend because of other things going on. And Jeff Lutz Jr. and Jeff Lutz went up there and they continued to test Mad Max, where they actually experienced some issues. And instead of trying to thrash him back together to get him ready for Sick Week, they decided to call it. They have a lot of work going on at home, a lot of projects that they need to get back to. So they went ahead and did that, but we didn't get the chance to catch up with them since they had already left by the time I got to get up there. But we do have our Sick Week video coming on Thursday that recaps the whole week for all of our Sick Week people, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for following along. Be sure to like and subscribe.